Like, I went out there one day and leaf blew the driveway, and Morgan goes, "Hey, you don't have to do that, you know?" I'm like, "I think I do."
Nothing else is getting done around this house. You're out there with your hair up, you're in your gown, like just a leaf blowing.
Hey.
No, I haven't had a haircut in well over a month.
God, I feel
Salutations, good people. Welcome to the CS Podcast, where we create stuff. Or if you're Trey,
create shit. That got me.
And today, we've got our hands absolutely full with, yet again, another side-splitting,
gut-busting,
hair-combing, teeth-adjusting episode for you, good people.
Don't you love us?
Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, and follow us on Spotify and Apple Music. And you can find us on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram at the official CS Pod.
Yep.
I've never done that part.
Yeah, I've had to start writing it up here so that people can see it. And it kind of helps me remember it.
Yeah.
Especially we hadn't done this in a while. I'm like, fuck, what's our handles?
Yeah. I've heard you say it so much, I'm like,
yeah. That sounds right.
That sounds right. So, welcome everybody.
Welcome back. This is a continuation of last episode, I guess, since we're still in this house. The same night. It's not like a direct continuation. Like, it's not the sequel. It's not Hyper Podcast. And if you don't know what we're talking about, you gotta go watch last episode.
Right. No, this is its own episode. We
just happen to be recording it the same night.
Yeah, which, I mean, that's what we used to do.
Yeah.
We would record at least 2 episodes at a time, 3,
something like
that.
We started off doing that, and then we were like, nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we quickly got away from that. But we did. We began that way. That's our roots. Get back to our roots, Josh.
Well, and then when we started breaking them up into shorter episodes.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, when we started doing the half-hour episodes, like this one, this is potentially going to be a little bit shorter. I don't know how much. Depends on how much we get to rambling.
Yeah. Because, Lord, we were born rambling, man. I don't sing.
I don't know, son. It's just a song.
It's just a song.
All right, what are we talking about today?
Bigfoot catcher himself. Hunter. What made us just start laughing?
At the beginning?
Yeah.
You're talking about you said, man, I hadn't had a haircut in over a month. I was like, man, let me tell you. I was like, I feel that.
And if you've never seen Trey, well, I'm not even going to tell you.
You just have to come to YouTube and watch.
Look us up on YouTube. And
yeah. Oh, so I did something yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, we teased it last episode. We said we'd talk about it this episode, so we're going to just cat out of the bag. I don't even know if it's that noticeable. It is if you know.
Actually, it is just, I feel like...
I'm telling you, just a little...
It is, well, no, like on the camera, it is just missed.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. I did a thingy. I don't even know if you will really be able to see it on camera that well. It's still healing. I should turn and talk into the mic.
Yeah.
But I got a tattoo.
A tattoo.
Got a tattoo. And once it heals up, which will probably be around the time this episode posts, I think I'll post a picture of it to TikTok, to Twitter and Instagram. That way you guys can actually see what it is.
It's a German Shepherd, as he noted. It's healing.
Yeah. At least it's not blue. It could be a blue healer.
Yeah. No, that is not what he has.
So it is a ghost snorkeling underwater.
Because what else would Trey get a tattoo of?
Oh, and there's a shark swimming around him, and a stingray, and a couple little zebrafish, and some bubbles blowing up.
from said ghosties.
from his snorkel.
Snorkel.
It's funny. I told Mannion about it, and has Mannion ever told you about the hat he wants to get me?
No. Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
That's exactly.
Or I know.
That's exactly what I told him. He's like, "Oh, what is?" I was like, "Oh yeah." I was like, "It's a booty snorkeler."
Is that him?
Yeah. No, I just the way I explained it to Mannion because I knew he'd get a kick out of it. But yeah, I was pretty excited. So that's where I watched Ash vs. Evil Dead, the series. We Morgan and I went. It's kind of an anniversary gift to ourselves. So as of recording, so today's the 6th. So today's the 5th. I can't read that. Next Tuesday is our anniversary.
Oh, okay.
So
well, happy early anniversary.
Thanks. So we'll have been married for 9 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. Together for 10, just about. So
yeah,
yeah, that's our anniversary. That sounds right. No, maybe it's 8 years. No, yeah, it's 9 years because it's 8 years because we got married in 2014. So we've been together 9 years. It's our 8-year anniversary. Whatever.
Oh,
maths.
I was about to say you have me beat, but not yet.
That face.
Yeah.
So she's been wanting a tattoo, and she got a tattoo right here on her forearm of like a stack of books and some flowers, because she reads and she writes. And I went with a spooky ghost.
Her floral job she has at the local.
Oh yeah, the local eatery.
Florist.
No, it's like at she does all the flower bouquets at the local Pizza Hut and arranges them on the like the centerpieces. That's the
centerpiece. Okay.
Yeah, she's a centerpiece aficionado.
Oh,
yeah.
Centerpiece aficionado.
But yeah, I'd been kind of playing around with the idea of getting I was like, I might get a tattoo. I don't know. And so yeah, I went with.
And that's your first one, right?
Yeah, my very first one.
That's incredible.
I was like, I'm gonna get a ghost because spooky season. I like spooky stuff, and I wanted something kind of simplistic because I didn't know if it was gonna hurt too bad or not. Like I've never gotten a tattoo, so I was like, man, I don't want to commit to something crazy and detailed. And they start with the needle. I'm like, ah.
Yeah,
I can't handle it, But it wasn't that bad, so maybe we move on to tattoo number 2 at some point. But,
most do.
Yeah, but shout out to Niko, that's her name, at the Gallery Tattoo in Spartanburg.
Hey,
for taking care of my wife and I.
Featured content creator. Yeah,
and if you are in the upstate, or if you're close enough and want to make the drive, you can find the Gallery Tattoo Shop at 3295 Reedville Road in Spartanburg. I didn't know the name of the road. I just used GPS to get there. And you can find her on a Gypsy Tattoo Aberrant Gypsy on Instagram. And if you want to book or talk to her, you can go to agypsytattoos@gmail.com. And I can post all that on down here and in the link in the descriptions above in the floorboards.
Man, what an evening. You got a tattoo and then you watched.
Yeah, so we get there. So spilling into all this, shout out, I don't know if he's actually watching, David Glover. It's funny. So about 10 years ago, I played in a little band called The New Philosophers with Brian Carpenter. Mm-hmm. And I played in another little band called All a Dream with some friends of mine. And we played with another band called Sleeping Away the Century, and their guitarist just happened to be one David Glover, and haven't seen him since then. And he does tattoos at this shop. Had no idea.
Wow.
So I walk in, and I was like, I'm kind of looking at him, and I was like, I know that's him, because he's got very distinct tattoos that, like, you see, like, if you know him, you're like, oh, okay, that's him. And I was like, is your name David by chance? And he goes, yeah. And I was like, I used to play with Brian. He goes, oh my God. Like it clicked. We caught up, and it was pretty cool.
Man,
but
what a trip.
Slipped in one of our cards. So he may or may not be listening to this podcast. If not, that's fine. But if you are, hi, it's good seeing you. We hung out a little bit and talked about his love for, he's gotten into painting little minifigs, little figurine for like Warhammer and stuff. He was painting one. He showed me two that he did. There were two like mind flayers. So that was pretty cool getting to catch up with him and hearing a lot of names that I've not heard in a long time.
Man, so you caught up with an old friend, got a tattoo, watched Ash versus Evil.
Yeah, so
Dead.
we were there for quite a while. I think we wrapped up around 11 o'clock last night. Maybe. It may have been later than that.
Really?
I don't think what time we got out. Yeah, I don't think we got home till like 1.
Are you
It's like
serious?
an hour drive. Yeah.
So I guess last night wouldn't have worked.
Yeah, it would not have worked out at all.
That's so funny. Yeah, all
Yeah.
you had to do to have this night of wonderment is skip a show.
Yeah, right. I shot a text to Brian. I was like, I was sitting there. So I was sitting there watching Ash vs. Evil Dead. Niko's boyfriend showed up. Like, he brought her food. And so in between, Morgan got her tattoo right after I did. So she was cleaning up and swapping things for us. So we went and got food and came back. And so I ate, and then they have like a little couch area and there's like a TV, and he was watching Ash vs. Evil Dead while Niko was getting ready to tattoo Morgan.
Yeah.
And she's like, you can hang out over here with us, or you can watch TV with him, whatever you want to do. And I was like, I'm gonna watch TV. So I went, hopped on one of the couches, and he's watching it, and he's like, you ever seen this? And I thought it was the movie,
Yeah.
because I've never seen the movie. And I was like, no. He goes, oh man, I've seen it like 10 million times. He's like, I'll start it over from the beginning. And I was like, oh, okay. And all of a sudden he tabs out and goes up to season 1. And I was like, oh, it's the series. Okay. And so I chilled for like probably 2 hours. I made it through like 4 or 5 episodes.
Nice.
Just chilling and watching Ash vs. Evil Dead with this dude. He was pretty chill. We were cackling. It was a funny movie.
That's good.
But yeah, I was sitting there on the couch, and I took a picture. It's real dark. I sent it to Brian, and I was like, sitting in a tattoo shop watching Ash vs. Evil Dead, and he goes, who are you?
Right. That's why when you were like, you told me you got the tattoo and you were watching this horror series in a tattoo shop, and I'm like,
It does not sound like my idea of a Tuesday night.
Right. Well, if you told me that, like, say this was the first week we met.
Yeah.
We're doing the Ingalls Hurricane Relief remotes for iHeart.
Yeah.
And I just so happened to be wearing a iHeart Media.
And we probably, I'm not going to be doing, but we probably have a hurricane relief remote coming up.
Yeah. Probably. But like, if you'd told me that about you, like long hair, rocker look, sort of.
Yeah.
First week, met you, and you're like, yeah, last night I got this tattoo, and have you ever seen Ash vs. Evil Dead? And you told me that,
Yeah.
I'd have been like, okay, that fits, I guess.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
Fits the mold.
But then after knowing you for a handful of years,
Yeah.
and you're like, I got a tattoo last night watching this whole
Ash vs. Evil
Ever
Dead.
seen Ash vs. Evil Dead? Here we go. And I'm like, who are you? Like, that sounds wild.
What's funny is Mannion said the exact same thing to me a couple of weeks ago. I called him back. He tried to call me, and I'm like, sorry, man, I was leaf blowing my front porch. And he goes, who are you? Because I don't do jack shit around here as far as yard work.
Well, that's it. So, yeah, dude, I don't know who you're becoming. That's something else.
I've stepped into my dad role.
So oh man, so
You move out and I just metamorphosize.
right. I'm like, so the last time the last time I visited the house for the podcast, you were telling me about all the stuff you were doing in the backyard, and you're like, I find it enjoyable.
You lived here for like a year and a half and never saw me so much as pick up a rake. You come back and
I saw you in pajama pants more than I saw you out of them. Courtney spun her tires in the driveway from how many leaves were in it. And now I pull in, I'm like, where are the leaves?
Yeah, I know.
Like, I went out there one day and leaf blew the driveway, and Morgan goes, hey, you don't have to do that, I'm like, I think I do.
Nothing else is getting done around this house. You're out there with your hair up, you're in your gown, like, just leaf blowing. You get your hair in rollers.
Yeah. I'm like, well, I think it'll be a good fit,
Yeah.
It relieves them from having something to do. I don't go skidding off the driveway.
It's a win-win.
It's a win-win. Oh, man. No, Courtney was backing out one morning, and she went to pull back up to adjust because her tire started drifting off of the driveway.
Which is easy to do in this driveway if you don't know how to back out of it.
And especially when it's covered up with freaking leaves and you can't determine the driveway in the yard. So she went to pull up.
Once a year.
Well, she couldn't pull back up because her tires were spinning under leaves. Oh, my cheeks hurt.
I'm still not, I don't know. I haven't decided on the grass yet. Mostly because it's spooky season, so it just fits.
Yeah.
But then after that, I'm like, man, that just seems like a lot. And I'm like, why do I care? I get my leaves cleaned up. That's fine. Like, we get the grass when we get there.
Yeah, absolutely.
It made me feel good yesterday though. We went to go pick up Nora from Quaid and Stella's, and his grass looks the same. So I was like, hey, at least it's not me. Like, it's just the new thing.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, we like snakes.
Yeah. They're neat.
They're neat.
Sneaky snake.
I'm a snake slithering through your garden trying to catch me a mouth. You gotta say mouth.
Mouth. Steven.
J-Lo. Don't make no more stupid movies. He says that about J-Lo.
Have you ever seen the picture of the dog where he's like,
and it's Steven. Like, Steven.
Steven.
I need to text my friend Steven back.
Steven, yeah?
Yeah, he messaged me.
Steven Wolf.
It was it was a week ago.
Time flies when you're
out of it.
Yeah.
No, he asked me if I ever had any interest in golf.
Okay, you going to Top Golf?
He introduced me to disc golf.
My cousin's really into disc golf. He was.
We had so much fun. We would go with him and his wife Claire, and had so much fun playing disc golf.
Yeah,
and it was a blasty poo.
Yeah,
but I felt like I just needed to text back and be like, only the disc kind.
Yeah.
Like,
did I ever tell you about the time I went golfing with Caracol and Goose and Woody? Did I ever regale you with that tale?
Oh. Regale me. No, please, regale my tail. I don't know.
With pleasure.
With pleasure, Joshua.
I don't golf. I just throw that out there.
I don't either.
I'm not the golfing kind. My buddies aren't really the golfing kind either. Like, I've never heard of them going to the golf course before this, but Caracol hit us up and he's like, hey, I don't even remember where he's like, I got these coupons or whatever for golf at these what are they, clubs? Yeah, like a country club, whatever.
Yeah, you play with golf clubs.
Yeah. He's got coupons for half off clubs. Anyways, so he's like, let's go to Falcon's Lair. That's where we went. It's in Walhalla. We had to pass another golf course to get there. And what is it? It's over in Pendleton.
Yeah, Boscobel.
Yeah, he had another coupon to that, but we chose Falcon's Lair in Walhalla. So we drove past Boscobel, and I was like, bye. Like, we could have been golfing here. I didn't have to drive an hour. I drive with Goose. My yard work pants that I wear, those are Goose's. He had to let me borrow those because I had no shorts for golf.
Oh yeah, you in shorts was something different too.
Yeah,
I've only seen you in shorts on remotes, and
yeah.
I guess the last time I was here, when I walked up.
What?
When I walked.
Yeah, you scared the shit out of me. Yeah, I started hearing Trey, and I was like, look. I thought it was the neighbor, so I'm looking over at the neighbor's house, or Morgan, whoever, and I was like, oh, the dog got out or something, and I was like, look, because I wasn't expecting anybody at my gate.
Yeah,
and I was like, and I looked and I go,
oh, hey,
yeah.
We'll have to get into that story at some point.
Absolutely, you can tell it after this. I'm kidding. So,
yeah, we might need an hour episode for that one.
Yeah. So we get to Falcon's Lair, and Woody and I have to rent clubs because I don't fucking own golf clubs.
Remind me to tell you about my Boscobel golf club story.
Oh, okay. This will be a golfing episode. I like this.
Well, it has nothing to do with golf.
Okay. Well,
I can actually tell it really fast, like within 10 seconds. I used to deliver liquid oxygen to an old woman named Gertrude Tarbox in Boscobel Golf Club.
That's her tar box.
Gertrude Tarbox, and
Bless her.
in the golf club area, like the neighborhood
where they house the golf clubs. She just sleeps in the shack. Miss Tarbox, can I get a 9-iron? Sure thing, honey.
Oh no, she was a Yankee. She would every time I'd leave, she would sit in her recliner and watch TV, and there was a little candy dish on a little table.
You
She'd always
Werther's.
Yep. Werther's. It was rarely not Werther's.
Yeah.
But I liked Werther's, so it worked
Morgan
out.
likes Werther's.
She would go, I got a candy for you. I'm like,
could you imagine being a kid and somebody, you're just walking home and this white van pulls up, slides up, I got a candy for you.
Got a candy for you.
Little old Gertrude Tarbox hanging out the back of a white van.
oh yeah. She was a mess.
Yeah.
She'd go, yeah, grab one, grab two if you'd like. And she was 93
Oh my God.
when she passed.
Oh, okay.
She every Monday. Every other Monday.
Yeah.
And tank in and out.
Yeah.
Had a lot of steps, and the liquid oxygen weighed 150 pounds, so it was tough to get up and down the steps.
Jeez.
You learn how to work a hand truck real quick.
Oh, I guarantee it.
And I won't ever forget one day asking her, she told me, she goes, yesterday was my birthday. And I was like, oh, is that right? Well, happy birthday. I said, how young are you?
Yeah.
She's like, I'm 93. I said, oh yeah. I said, well, how do you feel? She kind of, or like, how's 93 or whatever I said. And not missing a beat. She goes, I'm ready to go.
Well, she sounds like she got her wish.
Within that year, she went.
It's funny. You led with, she's 93 when she died. And then you're like, it's my birthday. I was 93. And I was like, oh, God, where's he going with the rest of this?
Yeah. But she was a cool little lady. She tried to give me food sometime like that she had made.
Yeah.
And you take it.
Yeah.
You take it, and then you throw it out the stupid window going down the road. I said it as mean as I possibly could.
And you hit old David Tarbox in the back of the head. Gregory Tarbox.
That's her son.
Yeah.
Gregory. No, you take it to make them
absolutely
feel like they've got a mission. They had a task, a job for the day.
Yeah.
But no, I'd always get my candy. Got a candy for you, or grab a candy, or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was like, I'm ready to go. I'm like,
you know what though? Like, I feel like if I'm 93, I'd probably feel, I don't know, but I feel like I'd probably feel the same way. You know?
Well, I know, like, one of my biggest things is I hope, like, when I get that old, I feel like she was good.
Mobile.
She had done enough, she had done enough in her life.
That
she was content to be like, I'm good. Like, I've had enough of this. I'm ready to go. Like, what a wonder. Like, what a gift.
Absolutely.
To just be ready to go. And I think I even told her. I said, well, I hope that, when before it's my time, that I'm as comfortable as you are. She goes, yeah. She goes, I've lived a long life. And I'm like, she was just content.
Done.
She was done. She was done.
That's like my granny. You've met her.
Yeah.
She's 96, I think.
Whoa.
Oh yeah. You wouldn't think it. She looks 75.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope. I talk
A
Morgan all
day
the
over
time.
94. Yeah. I'm kidding. She really does look like she could be in her 70s.
Yeah, like I tell Morgan all the time. I was like, I hope that I have those genes. like I hope those are what's passed down to me.
Yeah.
Like she's just kicking.
Well, she seems. Anytime I've ever went over there, which is quite a few times at this point, she's like. Every now and then she'll be sitting and watching the television, but
she can't sit her ass still.
I feel like
my mom gets so mad at her.
I feel like when I go over there, she is either outside or inside up moving.
She does. Yeah, my mom's like, you need to sit down. Like, but she's doing well.
I mean, that's got to be a testament to the staying physical, the staying active.
Absolutely.
My granddad, my dad's dad.
Yeah.
When he retired, within a few years, he passed.
Yeah. You get stagnant.
Yeah, I mean, many years after the normal retirement age,
Yeah.
he was up on ladders painting.
Yeah.
And all of his sons, all of my uncles and my dad, they were all like, Dad, let me get that.
Yeah.
Get down. And they'd always get the same response. Boy, I'm just as capable as you are.
Yeah.
No, don't worry about it. You go do what you got to do. He was soft, quiet speaking man.
Yeah. Yeah.
But my dad'd be like, "Yeah, you didn't know him when I was growing up."
That'll be how your dad is when you get.
I hope so.
Yeah.
He still gets riled up.
Yeah.
He still gets ornery. Oh my God, his little Chevy S10. Sorry about your Falcon layer story.
No, it's okay. Fuck that story. I want to hear about the Chevy S10
that he drives, a little blackie.
Yeah.
And the driver's side window, you're not supposed to roll it down.
Yeah, because it won't come back up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll.
Or it gets caught.
The front starts to go down, and you gotta roll it up, and it just does this. If you're not watching on YouTube, I'm sorry you missed out on that illustration. You should. So we were. God, I forgot what it was. I forgot why it got. Like, what happened to it to make it come down at all?
Yeah.
So having to stand there and help my dad take that door panel off and rig it up to where it got functional again.
Yeah.
And then another thing would break, and then another thing would break, and then we had to fix the thing that broke off of the other thing to fix the window. Oh, man. Him. Just that whole...
I kind of wish I could have been there to watch that.
I just got ready for it. He's like, Josh, help me with this door. And I'm just like...
Here we go.
Here we go.
Keenly kill. Here you go.
Yeah, I just knew I was going to be in for... it was a good hour of him cussing at himself and cussing the window and cussing everything he owns and, everything. And it's so funny getting to tell those stories to, like, when I'm working with my cousin Tyler and Uncle Steve, because
they just get it.
That's all they know. My Uncle Steve, he's like, Josh, he goes, I don't know if he's gotten worse. He goes, but he's always been that way.
Yeah.
He said, it's not just like his old age or whatever. He's like, he's always been that way. I'm like, really?
I just imagine a little 10-year-old him.
Yeah. Oh, he told me a story that I'd never heard before.
Yeah.
There was his mom, because his mom divorced my granddad and my grandmother got divorced at some point. She had one or two boyfriends, and I think she had another husband, and I think he died. She might have remarried.
Yeah.
I can't really remember. But there was a boyfriend who used to, like... He would, like, get in her face and yell and stuff like that. And my dad said he came across like a really good man. He was always good to me and my brother Steve and all my other brothers.
Yeah.
He'd sit down with us. He spent time with us. He loved us kids. He was like, but I don't know if it was he screamed at his mom or if he like hit her once or twice or what it was.
Just something.
It was something.
Yeah.
And they were arguing. His mom or my grandmother and her boyfriend were in her room, and they were arguing. And my dad and Steve were in their bedroom, and my dad looked at Steve. He said he was probably 16, 17. Mm-hmm. They were in high school, and he said, to quote him, I think I've about had enough of this shit.
Yeah.
Steve said, what you mean? He said, what's his face? He said, I'm tired of him yelling at my mama.
I feel like Steve's always in the, what you mean? Like,
what's going on?
I feel like that's the dynamic here.
Yeah.
Your dad, and what you mean? And then something happens.
Well, I've got quite a story about my Uncle Steve with my grandmother's, with the man that she married.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, that is topples this story by a ton. And Uncle Steve, he ain't no saint.
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel like when it comes to those two, it feels like that's kind of the dynamic.
My
dad's
dad's
for the most part
definitely the hothead.
Yeah,
like it's been said, especially since I've started working with Tyler. It's been said it would have made more sense for me to be Steve's son and Tyler to be my dad's son. Steve's like, well, what do you mean? Like, what are you going to do? And my dad picked up a ball bat. And he opened the door to their bedroom. And I can't remember if he said he slammed it on the dresser, or he took the ball bat and just slammed it on the dresser, or if he hit the wall and knocked a hole in the wall. It was like, look at me. I got something to say. An old dude looked at my dad, and my dad said, you scream at my mama one more time, I'm going to do to you what I just did to this wall or what I did to this dresser or something. He said, I'm sick of it. And he said, Stan. He's like, what's wrong with you? And he was like, I'm done with you yelling. He said, I'm tired of hearing it. He said something. And he goes, within a couple weeks, that man was gone.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he said he doesn't know. He's like, I don't know if what I did got rid of him.
Yeah.
Or if him and my mom had just had it at that point. He goes, but they'd been together for well over a year.
Yeah.
He said, but within a very short period of time after I did that, said he packed his stuff up. I don't even think he didn't tell the kids goodbye or anything.
Yeah,
he was just gone.
Left. Wow.
Yep. But that's, I mean, yeah, my dad's the hothead. It doesn't pay. It doesn't pay to be the hothead.
Yeah.
Because I remember telling, I think my Aunt Renee at so my stepmom, Teresa. Mm-hmm. Did I tell you about her mom? The one that she has to take care of?
Yeah. What about her?
She finally passed.
Oh, did she? No,
Mm-hmm.
You didn't tell me that. Yeah.
It was a little over a month ago.
Okay.
She passed, which she had been in a hospital bed for years at this point.
I didn't meet her, but when I was there.
Yeah. And it had been that way years before.
Yeah.
But my Aunt Renee, she said something about me having some of my dad in me.
Yeah.
I said, I only got a little bit. I said, but that's far too much.
Yeah. That's enough.
That's all it takes.
Yeah.
A little bit's all it takes. But, yeah. Anyways, I really didn't mean to get sidetracked from
you're
the...
good. I'm curious about can you tell the Steve story?
I can. I just don't know if I can do it justice.
Oh, okay.
If I can remember it quite... it was Christmas time, and everybody had Christmas at my... I used to call her my Nanny Audrey, because that's all I was... It was what I was told to call her.
Yeah.
So my dad was still with my mom, mm-hmm. and my Uncle Steve was still with his wife at the time. And everybody was... The whole Oglesby clan was over at her house, apparently. Yeah. And a lot of people had left. He said there had been some drinking, but her husband at the time, his name was like James or something like that. Let's just call him James. James had been drinking Crown like all evening. Like,
oh wow, okay.
So he had been heavy into it.
Yeah.
And they said he was a heavy drinker. He was a good guy when he wasn't drinking, but he could get mean when he started to drink. So my dad told my mom, he was like he had said something to Steve about being in the Navy. Mm-hmm. The James had started saying something about being in the Navy, and he was a Marine or in the Army or something like that. And my dad was like, I don't like the way this is going. He goes, I feel my blood boiling. He goes, I'm looking at Steve. I can tell his blood's boiling. He said, it might be time for us to leave. Yeah. And my dad.
I was going to say, one of the few times that I've heard of your dad being the level-headed one, being like, well, we should probably
well, those stories aren't fun to tell.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. Fair enough.
So he told my mom, he was like, I think I might have been born. He was like, I think I was alive. He was like, he told my mom, he's like, get Josh, let's get out of here before anything happens. At least anything involving me.
Yeah.
So he said they got out of there. And I had, when myself and Steve and Tyler worked in Asheville, Steve told me this story himself. Yeah. And that was just fun getting to hear Steve's story. But he, and I got another word for you.
Oh, okay.
I got another word, just, anyways. He said that he just kept talking crap. Yeah. And Steve's like, James, he's like, I hear you, man. You're a tough guy. I get it. But, I mean, just settle down. He's like, boy, don't tell me to settle down.
Oh, God.
And it was, I'm not, he's like, I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just,
Yeah.
I was in the Navy. My dad was in the Navy. I just don't,
Yeah.
So it's like he walked outside and James went out on the back deck and just kept drinking
Yeah.
or something. And then he was like, Steve, he was like, come out here and have a drink with me, have a shot with me or something. Steve's like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Goes out and I don't know. It kept going and kept going.
Built.
Yeah. And well, who used to be my Aunt Lisa, she said she was on the back deck with him and she said everything was fine. When they walked back there, she walked back there with Steve to make sure
Yeah.
he didn't get in any trouble
Yeah.
with James.
Yeah.
She was like, I'm gonna go inside, get something to drink, whatever. She's like, well, he said, well, she went inside and got to talking and then went out on the front porch or something. And she said she could hear something from around the back of the house.
Yeah.
And as she was walking around the house, she said it sounded like a hollow, like a cantaloupe or a watermelon, like not busting,
Yeah.
but getting thudded.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Steve beat that man within an inch of his life.
Jeez.
He told the man again. He was like, he tried.
Yeah.
Steve said, I really did. And knowing my Uncle Steve, he probably did.
Yeah.
He was like, we won't get to all of them tonight, but there's
Yeah.
another Uncle Steve story
Okay.
where he was just like, I'm trying not to do this.
Yeah.
And the other one's a little more wholesome. It's a little more fun.
Yeah.
So, but this one, I can't remember if he said he picked up anything or what. I think to hit James,
Yeah.
but James just kept going on and on, calling people in the Navy and painters. I think he brought in painters.
No.
He was like, a painter in the Navy, man, you got to be a pussy,
Yeah,
to have that, you and your brother and all this stuff, just laying it on thick.
Yeah.
And Steve finally had enough. And he said we ended up in the backyard. I forgot all of what he did to him.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't just punches. I want to say there was other stuff that he did.
Jeez.
That Lisa was like, Steve, Lisa was screaming at him. She's like, you're going to kill him. And he went into the hospital for a few days, had to have his head stitched up.
Yeah.
I mean, he tore into him. And he was like, I was done. He's like, I was ready to go to jail. He goes, if I killed him, I would have just killed him.
God.
He's like, that's how mad I was at the time. But, so yeah, Uncle Steve, no saint.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But, anyways, that's that.
All right.
So about you golfing. I didn't have any other way. I didn't have a better way to say it.
Speaking of beating things with clubs, you golfing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't top that.
I wasn't going to go there. You wanted to.
No, it was interesting. I
wanted
enjoyed
to
it.
hear-
Hopefully
you
the
want-
listeners enjoyed it too. I thought it was interesting.
There's a giant vault
Yeah.
of stories like that. And my dad, if I've heard him say something more than anything
Yeah.
in my life, is him saying, son, it's a wonder I'm not dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, the word.
Okay. Yeah.
I hope I've never said it. Oh, I might have to you. Annie Goglin.
No, I don't think so.
Annie Goglin. It's something.
Sounds like a woman.
It does.
Yeah. Whole Annie Goglin living up the street.
It's something that my Papa Fred, my dad's dad,
Uh-huh.
used to say when something just wasn't right.
Yeah.
It was messed up. It was something. He goes, that's all kinds of Annie Goglin.
What?
I was like, what are you saying?
Yeah.
My dad goes, and he never would slow it down. He just go, Annie Goglin. And it's not like, you've met my dad.
Yeah.
He is not the most country talking guy.
No.
He's just a little southern, country, but he's not like, he doesn't talk like some hick from the woods.
Yeah, I mean, you can yeah. He sounds like a normal South Carolinian, you know?
He is for the
Just
most
somebody
part.
outside of somebody from, I don't know, New York. Maybe it's very country, but to me, it's a very neutral, normal. Like it's not very thick.
It's very neutral. He might come off with
He
a.
doesn't have a girthy accent. Sorry.
Oh. Well, I get it from
Andy Goglin.
I get it from him. Get it honest.
That's just Andy Goglin.
That's Andy Goglin. So when I was riding with my Uncle Steve up to Asheville, which was some of the best like work rides because it was my cousin Tyler and his other worker Brad.
Yeah.
They were in front of us, and I was riding with Uncle Steve every morning.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So Uncle Steve and I got to bond a lot, which is great. And he said something. He was telling me a Papa Fred story.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, that and Annie Goglin. He goes, yep, something ain't right. It's Annie Goglin. And I'm like, what? Does it come from something? Like, so I got on my phone and I did a little research on Annie Goglin.
Spell that?
Yeah, exactly. And so what he was saying, it has an origin.
But it's not the right word.
It's very close.
Oh,
it might
okay.
have been how he heard it, or just how he was saying it. Because he was a little country too.
Yeah.
It's anti,
Yeah.
Godlin.
Oh.
So it's like anti-Godlin,
Yeah.
not anti-Gog.
Yeah.
It's anti-Godlin, and it, for the most part, means when something's uneven, not right, out of order.
Oh, okay.
Out
So,
of order. So it's anti-Godlin.
And until we got to this point right here, everybody that knew that word is screaming at the...
Right. Who knows that word?
I've never heard of that.
How did my Papa Fred know that word?
It could have been like an older, like... Is antiquated the word that I'm looking for? Like an antiquated... Like we don't say it anymore? Is that the word I'm looking for?
I don't
Antiquated?
know. I don't know. It's just all anti-Goglin.
So anyways, I'm at Falcon's Lair.
So word of the day, everybody. Anti-Goglin.
Yeah!
Oh, throwback to 3 years ago when I was Pee Wee Herman at the iHeart.
Oh, yeah. I think I saw that suit down there. Or I saw there was something that reminded me of that down in the basement. I don't know. Anyways.
Oh, could be. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no, I know what it was. It was your Lone Ranger hat.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 2 years ago, I was the Lone Ranger for Halloween.
Yeah.
For...
obvious reasons.
Yeah. Well... Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's about 40 minutes.
Oh no, you got to finish with your golf story.
No, I just leave them. Everybody's
No,
now everybody gets to fill in the blanks.
Everybody's yelling at me now because I cut you off.
Everybody's like, "What the fuck happened?" Like, this man got a tattoo. He cleaned up his leaves, and he went golfing.
So
Andy golfing.
Andy golfing, Andy goggling, and Andy golfing. Annie golfing?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be that funny to people listening, but it's really funny to me.
Yeah.
Annie golfing, Andy golfing.
Oh. I mean, by comparison, mine's really not that exciting. Like, it's just funny.
I wasn't trying to.
No. It's good. So we get to Falcon's Lair, right? And Woody and I have to rent golf clubs because I don't own golf clubs. So Woody and I are sharing a set of clubs because I'm not paying. Like, we just went halvesies on it because I'm not paying for golf clubs.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, absolutely not.
And we're about the same height. Like, it all works. So we get up and go to the first tee to drive, from, or to hit our ball.
Yeah.
And we're like getting ready to square up, and this group of like 9 fucking frat boys, like college age kids, roll up behind us, and we're like, "Oh, you guys can go ahead. Like, you're nah, man, nah, it's cool. You're good. Like, you can. It'll be all right. We're still kind of getting warmed up, everything." And I was like, and Goose was like, "Are you sure?" Like we don't golf. you might want to go ahead. And he's like, nah, man, it's all right. It's cool. You guys go. And we're like, we didn't really want them behind us because we just kind of wanted to lollygag and take our time.
See, that would be me golfing.
Yeah.
I would not want to have somebody. It would
especially 9 of them.
It would ruin my day.
So I'm the only, like, they're like, well, you go up there. And I have I don't know to what extent Caracal and Woody have and like Goose have with golfing, but like I used to go with my dad a lot growing up, and like he had us take lessons.
Yeah.
So like I'm not good at golfing, but I have a little bit of. So I was like, they're like, go, and I was like, all right. I put the ball on the tee. I pulled that fucker back, and I swung and missed.
No way I wouldn't have missed also.
So I reset, swing, I connect. It goes about 5-10 yards. And hits, and I turn and I look at Goose. Goose looks at the guy, he goes, you guys sure you don't want to go? And I go, yeah, we'll go. So we wait for all 9 of these guys to go. We all square up again. We hit our balls, and at this point, we're just kind of playing wherever.
Yeah,
because we're not hitting it. This was a big excuse for them to just drink.
Oh,
so Goose and I are driving around in our cart. Caracal and Woody are in his cart, and they're driving, and we're being stupid. Well, by like Caracal's like, we're gonna do 18 holes, and I was like, that's a lot of holes. Like, I didn't really sign up for 18. Like, I usually do like the front 9 or the back 9. Like,
yeah,
hit the clubhouse, get some lunch.
Yeah.
So we're at like hole 6, and they're pretty deep. Like it's to the point where like they start. I'm the only one golfing at this point.
Oh.
It devolves to the point where I'm the only one actually playing.
Yeah,
and everyone else is kind of dicking around in
hole
the cart.
6.
Oh yeah, it did not take. It did not take very long. Well, Woody, he was. So you got the cart path, and you've got where you tee off, right?
Yeah,
it's probably 30 feet, maybe. That's a very generous. It might be 15, 20 feet.
Sure.
Woody struggles getting up the grass to get there.
Oh no.
I'm kind of thinking he's dicking around. I'm not sure. And he gets up there, and he has the golf club, and he's doing like this, and he's talking and like laughing, and it snaps.
Oh no.
The head snaps off of it.
Is this the rented golf club?
The rental. Snapped the head off the rental. And I was like, okay, for record, I was like, I was like, I am not turning that in. Your ass gets to turn that, because he was like, oh, you gotta, and I was like, no. You broke it. You take it back in and return it to the man.
Yeah. Yeah, those are the rules.
Yeah.
As of now.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know if it was just because they're so used. That
Yeah.
It's just a freak thing. Because I feel like you couldn't put that much pressure on it. But yeah. Snapped it. I mean, we got there to like hole 8, hole 9. I think it was like a par 4. I got it up there in like 5. Like it was. I started getting in a little groove. Like it was all right.
Yeah.
Everybody else, nah. I was at that point. I was,
You won.
Yeah. Well, at that point, I was kind of getting the hang of it, and I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. Whack. I was like, let's see where I can put this sucker. You know?
Yeah.
But that's about. Yeah. I made Woody go in and return the golf clubs. I was like, no, not happening. And then we went to where'd we go after that? We went to eat somewhere. But that's pretty much my.
Well, if
my
you don't
Falcons
remember,
lair.
I don't think anybody
Probably not. Yeah. That's my Falcon lair. Like they weren't blitzed, but it was just to the point where I guess they were done golfing at the same time, and so they were just fucking around.
Yeah.
And just enough alcohol in their system where they were just kind of like they were loose and just didn't care.
I've had those moments.
Yeah.
Where I'm involved in something and I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
There's no point in me doing this.
Yeah.
I just want to go over here and maybe have another one and talk.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Hey man, how about those last 9? Nope.
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
I just want to cruise and listen to music or
Something.
Take me drunk. I'm home.
I'm not as drunk, or I'm not as think as you drunk. I am.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
All right, well, I think that'll do it. Tattoos, if you're into tattoos. Niko. She does good work, I think.
Hey,
Yeah.
I've seen bad tattoos,
Yeah.
and that does not look like a bad tattoo.
I've seen bad tattoos. That is the worst shit.
That
that is the worst. That
takes the cake.
That takes the doo-doo cake.
Yeah. If I ever want to go up and say, F me up, fam,
Yeah.
I'll just, no, it looks good. I'm joking.
Thanks.
You're welcome. I think of that tattoo about as much as I think of your spooky music.
That was last episode, wasn't it? I don't know. It all blurs
I don't
together.
think we were on, it wasn't on the episode.
We weren't on, it wasn't on the episode.
No, I was talking. Yeah, it was I'm not going to
No, it was in the episode because you were talking about him playing piano. We talked about that. That was in the episode.
Playing piano? Cold Creek Manor?
Yeah, the fucking piano music.
No, this was about the Fortnite menu music.
Oh,
that I was comparing,
Never
and
mind.
I don't think I didn't talk about that on.
That was not. We talked about a lot.
We talked about a lot before and during the show,
and after, and then during the show, and probably after.
Probably.
All right. Well, that'll do it.
All right. Well, then maybe I'll talk about my. I guess this wasn't an episode to dive into what's been going on with me lately.
No, I mean we can. You said we'd need an hour.
Having an hour with not having talked about all the other stuff.
Yeah.
But no, I think that could be its own 30-minute show.
Oh, absolutely.
Just the one, not even talking about the hospital.
Yeah.
Just the first thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Just because what's funny is it involves you. You are a part of that story because.
Oh well, yeah.
Yeah.
Talking about the yeah.
I mean,
blown.
that's a big part of the story, honestly. Because it was a journey.
Yeah, it was Annie Coughlin.
It was all that whole night, and there was 24 hours. That was super Annie Coughlin.
Yeah, if there's anything that can sum up Annie Godlin, that's it.
That's it. Yeah, that whole situation just screwed up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, like, subscribe, do all the things.
Follow us
on whatever you're listening to us on.
at Official CS Pod.
Instagram, Twitter, TikTok.
Yep, that's it.
At Official CS Pod. I almost said until next time, my Gasling gang.
We'll just swap. Yeah.
We'll do one of those.
Yeah, we'll swappy. That was Annie Coughlin.
This was fun. Well, we've been the Scottish Dutch Puppy, and I got some food to go eat.
Until then, my Gasling gang, stay spooky.
Went out like we came in, laughing.
Yeah. Part of me thinks Annie Gargling.
Jordan bells stirred. Jordan bells stirred.
Create shit. Build anything. Make it real.
I've been getting dirty money, Jordan Bell third. Stacking penny stocks while I'm flipping these birds. Sipping on Ciroc, trip 'em up with the words. I done popped the molly and I think it's be my third.